All right, everyone. So we have finished mounting up this back wall here where all of our electrical components are going to be mounted onto. And now we are going to dive into the electrical setup. So Dana's just sort of cutting out outlines of components, as you can see. And we're just gonna take these pieces of paper and mount them up here just to sort of get an idea of where things are gonna sit. But yeah, pretty exciting. I'm very excited about all the electrical stuff. I love this part of the build process. You know, we sort of have some experience doing electrical stuff with our trailer back in the day. We built like an off-grid system with the help of my friends. But this time we're on our own, we're figuring it out, but I think I've done a lot of research. I think it's gonna turn out to be pretty good. So yeah, we just have a whole whack of all of our electrical components just sort of laid out on the ground so we can trace them all out. And yeah, I'll quickly go over the main components of all of our electrical systems. So we're going with mostly Renogy in terms of the brand of components that we use. We used Renogy for our trailer build and it worked awesome. We put it through its paces time and time again and it has never failed us. So we are going with Renogy stuff. So here we got three 300 amp hour lithium iron phosphate batteries. These are going to be awesome. These are, you know, obviously a gigantic capacity and they're also self-warming. So if it gets too cold, they have heaters built in. So 900 amp hours of lithium battery sitting underneath this bench. And yeah, Dana's tracing out stuff like the distribution panel for 120 and 12 volt type stuff. And what do we got over here? We got our solar charge controller. We got our alternator charger system. This is the C-Tech system. It's their smart pass as well as their DC to DC charger. We have a smart shunt from Renogy so we can read all of our battery levels. Master on-off switch, links distributor for our bus bars, and the big kahuna right here. We got our 3000 watt Renogy inverter. It's kind of dirty and covered in sawdust right now. So yeah, so this is going to be the main thing that creates all of our power from these batteries, and yeah, hopefully this all fits. I have previously measured all this out. It should all fit here really good, but now we're just going to figure out our final like actual locations for everything. Okay everybody, so here is our proposed layout for all of our electrical stuff. So yeah, as you can see, we got our 3 batteries here. This is going to be the location of our big inverter, that thing. And basically the main positive and negative of the batteries will come out and go to the smart shunt, negative side, and the master on-off switch, positive side. And then both of them go into the links distributor, which is our bus bars. And of course that feeds, you know, all the major systems. It goes to the distribution center, it goes to the inverter, goes to everything. And then we're gonna have our 12 volt and 110 distribution center here, our alternator charging here, solar charging there, and everything should fit very nicely. So I guess we're gonna get started on wiring some of this stuff. I'm gonna start with just the battery to battery connections, and we'll start doing like the main positive and negative lines to our master on-off switch and our shunt. Yeah, this is very exciting. We have not done electrical stuff in a very long time, and obviously this is a gigantic system with everything we got here. Very ambitious. I hope we got this. Let's try.
I mean, I'm relying on you because I was not a part of it at all.
Well, that's true. Yeah. And yeah, before we get started with this, I just want to definitely stress that I am not a pro. I'm just some guy. This is me following other smarter people's tutorials on how to do this. So if you want in-depth tutorials, go check out channels like explorers.life and a multitude of other channels that have real professionals doing this stuff. This is just me following them and I'm showing you what happens to me, but don't use this as a guide on what to do. So just getting that out of the way. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is connect all of these batteries together in parallels. So just some quick info: when you wire batteries together in parallel, you combine the amps and not the volts. And if you wire them in series, you combine the volts but not the amps. So what we're doing here is combining all the amps of all 3 of these 300 amp hour batteries to make 900 amp hours. And what I'm going to use to connect these is 4/0 cable. I got this 4/0 cable off Amazon. It's really important to get copper cable. Don't get like copper clad aluminum cable. Definitely get copper stranded cable for this kind of stuff, especially in a van setting. But yeah, I'm going to strip these, connect these all together, and do this step 1 of our electrical build. So I cut the 4/0 cable using this small wire stripper tool that you clamp onto the wire and then it rotates around the whole thing. This is actually a surprisingly handy small tool, and it made it really easy to work with the large gauge cables. We also used a hydraulic crimper for attaching the ring terminals, and it definitely helped to have another set of hands to hold the wire while the other person crimps it. Afterwards, I connected the batteries together in parallel, like I mentioned earlier. So next, I'm gonna wire in this fuse. So this will be the first thing that the main positive line from the batteries go into. So I think I'll mount it like somewhere here-ish, and it'll just come straight off of this terminal here. Following that, I connected the main positive line to our master on-off switch and our main negative line to our smart shunt, which reads and tells us the state of charge of our batteries. Both of these then connected into our bus bars, which would act as sort of like the central location that feeds the rest of the system. Okay everyone, welcome to our giant mess. As you can see, we've been very busy.
You mean your giant mess? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, mainly me. But we have many components mounted up now and ready to go. So we have our inverter, we have our bus bars, we got our solar charge controller, our shunt, battery switch, fuse, our main fuse here, and the batteries are all connected together. So we're pushing through. Probably need like another day or so to kind of fully complete this, but I'm very happy with this so far. And yeah, definitely learning experience. All of it's learning experience. You guys know I say that a lot, but pretty happy. Doing good. So it's day 3 of our electrical install, and today we're going to be working on installing our 12 volt and 120 volt distribution panel. So this is basically the panel that feeds all of our different appliances, lights, switches, everything, right? So we're gonna go ahead and work on that today. I've already gone ahead and built this like outward enclosure around it. So these things are meant to sit flush against the surface, but obviously the way that we're building it, everything's sitting on the outside of this plywood. So built this little enclosure, and it's gonna sit right here like so, and all of our wires will go into this box. So if you've seen our other episodes, you'll know that we've already pre-run literally everything in our van. All of our appliances, lights, outlets, switches, everything. So it's just a matter of taking all of these wires and hooking them up to the appropriate spots in this box. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that today. So join us for that. Okay, so I finished wiring up everything on the 12 volt DC side. So all of our positive lines for all of our DC appliances are here, and all the negatives go here. Our main 12 volt power in are these 2 lines up here. So yeah, it's really important to keep organized and label everything, and so you know exactly which fuse is for what appliance or what light or whatever. But this is actually really easy. You didn't even need like ring terminals or anything. You just stick bare wire underneath these and then tighten them in, and so that worked really good. But yeah, now what I'm gonna do is start working on the AC side, so all of our 110 volt stuff. So I have a few breakers that I gotta install into these slots, and then wire some stuff up here for like all of our regular outlets and things like that. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, so we have basically finished up our distribution box. We have all of our 12 volt stuff good to go. Our 120 stuff is mostly good to go. I still need actually the main line from the inverter to here, and I'm waiting on some cable to arrive from Amazon, so don't have any 120 power yet. But the 12 volt side is good to go. And yeah, we're making some real good progress with this. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. Definitely have to do a lot of cleanup down here with all this giant mess of wires. But really, that's all gonna be underneath a bench anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, we're gonna call it for today. We're getting very close to the finish line with this. We are hopefully gonna finish tomorrow. We still got our DC to DC and alternator charging setup to do. That's right here, so that needs to get installed and run a wire all the way to the front to the battery there. So we're gonna do that tomorrow and hopefully get it all done. Okay, so welcome to the next day and what is hopefully the last day of our install for all of this stuff. So it's looking great. I can't wait to test it out and see how functional it is with all the appliances that we have planned. Yeah, like I said yesterday, we're gonna finish up with getting our alternator charger system set up. So we're gonna mount it up and then run some wires to the van starter battery at the front and get everything hooked up. And yeah, this was a big one for sure. Electrical is always big project, arguably the most expensive part of any van build, especially if you're going full off-grid and getting a big amount of batteries like we are. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, so I've pre-run this 1/0 cable for our DC to DC charger. So the battery bank is behind there. It comes all the way down this wall to here. And the idea is that I need to hook this up to the battery. But I've heard with this charger, specifically the C-Tech, it's safer to just go straight to the battery and then add your own fuses and switches and stuff. I want to try to keep it clean if I can, but that's going to be a different day project anyway, because we're not sure how all this wall area is going to look. So how this looks is going to dictate how I run this through. So for now, I'm just going to leave it like this and keep working on hooking up everything in the battery bank. All right, hey guys, so it's Mike from the future, and I just wanted to show you what the final version of the alternator charger hookup looks like. So this was the 1/0 cable that I ran from the battery bank, which is all the way back there. This wire loom, there's two wires in here. One of them goes to our heater, which is unrelated to this, but this other one is a signal wire for the C-Tech unit. And basically, because the Ford Transit that we have has a smart alternator, you need to hook this up to a terminal underneath the battery bank here, and I'll show a picture of the wiring harness that I had to buy in order to do this, and I'll put a link to it in the description too. You have to hook that up and then hook in this wire to one of the points, and this sends a signal to the C-Tech charger, so when the ignition is on, it will start charging. And then here I just have a 300 amp breaker that is hooked up to the battery positive directly. So this charger lets us charge our battery at 120 amps, which is awesome. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know how this ended up looking, and it's working great. Okay, you guys, so I think I have finally gotten this to a point where I'm pretty happy with it for the time being. Like I said earlier, there's some stuff that I still can't hook up because I'm waiting on parts, such as the main cable that feeds our 120 supply, so still waiting for that in the mail. Another thing that I forgot to mention is that we also installed a shore power inlet on the outside of the van, as well as a chassis ground on the inside by the batteries. So, but other than that, everything's good. Still needs a lot of cleanup. I know. I'm gonna I'm gonna move these batteries out of the way and clean up all these wires down here. But for right now, I just kind of want to test the system. This is the first time turning it on, so there you go. Nothing's gonna happen, obviously. We might see some lights and a couple of beeps or something, but it should be good. Okay, inverter's on, the shunt light is on, the solar charge controller's on. We're in business. Nice. I guess I should test some actual things though. Okay, so before we get much farther ahead with finishing this bench, we're actually going to test some of the equipment that we have in here. So we're first gonna try the AC, which we have already installed and we never actually bench tested.
Nope, that was silly on us.
So we're gonna try turning it on and see what happens.
Like everything should be working. I should not get electrocuted.
You should not get electrocuted. It's on Fahrenheit. I'm gonna turn that down. Oh. I mean, that feels cold to me. Yeah. Yeah, AC is on. Wow, if that's actually the drop, really? That's really low. Oh wait, no, now it's going up. Now Now it's at 12. I mean, it definitely feels like cold air. But it's not very hot out today, so it's probably not working very hard. Yeah, it's ramping up now. It's at like 20 something amps now. Cool. Okay, well, that works. And we're gonna go around and test some of the other things. All right, so we got our max fans here. The main one, and we got the bathroom one. Give them a go. Oh, look at that. Yeah, nice.
Good job.
Nice. Cool. Everything is looking green. So yeah, if there were a bunch of beeping or red flashing lights and stuff, we'd be in a different scenario, but so far it looks like everything is hooked up correctly. Yeah, this was a lot of work, not gonna lie. This took a crazy amount of time and energy, just like everything else in the van, but I really enjoyed this process. I love working on electrical stuff, probably because I have some experience with it previously. That's probably why. But yeah, overall, really happy with this. Let's move on.